Autumn's a fantastic time to see perennials coming into their own. There's a wonderful selection here of perennials that would look good in any garden. They're ideal as filler plants or to have as a perennial border when you mass plant them. We've got selection here in these lovely gorgeous pinks and whites of penstemons, the Japanese windflower, and of course the butterfly bush, the gaura, and some lisianthus in the front. When we're thinking about planting up any type of garden, we need to be planning ahead. So now, also being in autumn, we have to start thinking of the next few seasons. And spring is something that we should be of mindfulness now, because we're coming into that stage where we can start to plant our spring flowering bulbs or bulbous plants. They come in a range of different colour types, different types of flowers. We have the lovely ranunculus, which provides you with those turban type coloured flowers. Pinks, yellows, reds, oranges and whites, a multitude of colours in the spectrum. Then there are the true bulbs, such as the tulips. With these guys, you need to make sure that you get them in at the right depth. The tulips that we grow now on the coast have been bred so that they deal with the heat that we have down here. So don't be afraid to use them in your garden. The traditional ones that most people know of are the daffodils and the jonquils. These are another what we call a true bulb, such as the tulip. These guys, you can put them in the fridge and vernalise them. So all that means is allowing them to sit in the fridge. If you purchase them now in March, you can leave them until May and then plant them out, and they will come into flower earlier by being vernalised. You don't have to do it, but they certainly will benefit from it if you decide to do so. Just don't mix them up with your onions. The other ones that we have are the freesias. Now these are gorgeous if you're trying to bring some perfume into the garden. They will also flower for you in spring. You can naturalise these through your lawn if you wanted to, and you can use them as fillers anywhere in the garden. One thing to do when you get your bulbs in, put a wooden stake into the ground or a marker of some type so you know where they are. Because it'll take a little bit of time before they stick their necks up above the soil, and if you don't know where they are, you could potentially dig them up inadvertently. So think now about putting any one of these types of bulbs along with all the other spring flowering bulbs into your garden between March and May. So get cracking for a bright idea. With spring flowering bulbs, getting them in the ground between now and May is critical to getting a good flower in spring. These daffodils are going to go into this garden bed here that's been prepped. We've got a beautiful trickle irrigation system. Look at this lovely, rich, friable soil with plenty of compost in there. It's the ideal environment. When we're looking at spacing our bulbs, we could use a little garden hack by grabbing an old egg carton, and you can see here that it has, where the eggs hold, these little spears. I can place those into the bed, push it down, and I have 5 centimetre spacings between each one of those spears. So I now know that if I'm formally planting my bulbs, I can get them into the ground at that spacing of 5 centimetres without having to use an odd measurement, etc., or I can go even longer spacings. The other thing that I can do, if I'm after a more informal look rather than having straight rows, Edna Walling, who's a famous Australian landscape architect and designer, she used to get her bulbs for the informal look and just throw them over her shoulder. And wherever they land, that's where the bulbs would be planted. And in doing so, you'll end up with a random mix of bulbs. You plant them in twice the diameter of the bulb to the depth, and you're going to have a lovely informal look of bulbs in your garden beds. Another thing to do is, Easter approaching, get the kids involved. Wherever you hide an Easter egg in the garden, get them to plant a bulb. Then when spring comes around, you can take them back out and show them what the Easter Bunny left behind.